State 2.5 point road favorites, 55.5 being the total here in this game. Bowling Green can reach bowl eligibility with a victory. Kent State, the disappointment continues. I like Bowling Green here, honestly. I don't like the trajectory at all of Kent State right now. Just 2-3 straight up, but 0-5 against the spread their last 5 games. So they have just been burning money. We just saw them lose outright as a 7-point home favorite to Ball State last week, and we saw them the week before against Akron. And they were off a bye week too. And Akron before that, 16-point home favorites. They barely survived. They win 33-27 by 6 points. They actually got outgained by 37 yards by a 1-win Akron team. So things aren't going very well right now for Kent State. They're 0-5 straight up on the road as well. They're facing a Bowling Green team, Conor Mack, that to me, they got really ripped apart by, they played UCLA, they played Marshall, they played Mississippi State. That's UCLA and Mississippi State, that tough non-conference schedule. They get into MAC play, and other than getting blown out by Buffalo, they just had a horrible game that day. Aside from that, though, beat Akron, went outright as a dog to Miami O, went outright as a dog to Central Michigan, beat Western ugly last week from the offense, but the defense shut down Western Michigan, still able to get a 13-9 win in that game. Matt McDonald, when he puts it together, he's a good quarterback. And then there's certain instances where he's looked like he's just playing college football for the very first time in his life. I mean, it's been very weird to see it from this guy because I expected him to be pretty good this year now. Third year, I believe, starter here with Bowling Green, but it's been a bit of a mess offensively. I think it's a winnable spot for Bowling Green. You're at home. You're a slight dog. You get a win here, and all of a sudden, you're bowl eligible. So there's a lot to get excited for, lots at stake here, if you will, for Bowling Green. And when you look at the Kent State side of things, 3-6, you got to win out now just to get bowl eligibility. That's probably not going to happen, especially when you consider they've got Eastern Michigan, Buffalo. They've got some tough games coming up still, Kent State. So I like Bowling Green here. Go with the Falcons here as a slight home underdog. What do you think, Conor?
Yeah, I like Bowling Green here a little bit as well. It's just what has happened to Kent State, and last week even they come out 13-0, nothing the rest of the game. They got that late touchdown. What's happened with Schlee? They got old Schlee at quarterback. This guy is just nothing anymore. I mean, he ain't slinging around it at all. It's Schlee. They weren't very good on third down, 8 for 20. Flip to the other side, and we know they're not very good defensively, Kent State. On the other side, Bowling Green, sloppy game. You mentioned McDonald, ups and downs. One thing, Bowling Green, though, they've won, 3 of 4 or 4 of 5 even. So ugly games, but they're getting the job done. And the best thing I'd like to see is their defense has gotten a little better as the year's gone on. And can they stop this Kent State team that's just a ho-hum team? Yeah, I like, Bowling Green, that game was ugly. I think they had 3 fumbles against Western. I think they could have won by a bigger number than they did last week instead of 13-9. So at plus 2.5, yeah, I lean Bowling Green, and I like the under here a little bit. I think this might be a little bit too high. Bowling Green been great to the under the last 4 weeks or so.